Tell me about the good old days. I am all worked up. Maybe we need to calm down. Maybe we need
to talk about the
good old days, maybe?
Yes, let's talk about the good old days.
Tell me about the good old days.
That's lovely.
Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one.
Okay, we're going to talk about, and then we'll go into
and this is also a topic that you feel very strongly about because it has to do with high definition.
Well, I'll explain it. I'm
explain this techie stuff to me, geezer.
Do you want me to do it now? We'll just do the story with the good old days. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Let's put it all together.
We'll just all combine it into a big messy soup.
Well, maybe we should kind of give the background.
Well, let's talk about what's been announced at first, okay? And then we'll talk about the movie. We're going to do a reverse, and I'll see if I kick myself later. Okay, anyway, Howard the Duck. This is the news story. Howard the Duck reportedly getting a 4K Ultra HD release. This is where you're supposed to clap, dude.
Yay!
Hey,
considering my Blu-ray player isn't even working and I won't be able to actually see it anytime soon,
Right. But, you got it getting repaired?
I'm gonna have to buy a new one. I don't know what I'm gonna have to do.
Well, anyways, yes. Well, you can get yourself a 4K Blu-ray player now because you do realize you just had a regular Blu-ray player, okay?
I did not realize these were
that's not Ultra HD. It's not Ultra HD. Okay? Howard the Duck is already on HD. It's already on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
I might have bought it for when it was on sale for $5, and it's Howard the Duck, and I'll ask myself why I did that. But anyway, Howard the Duck is now coming to 4K. You're now going to have 4K's worth of Howard the Duck. I'll read a little bit from the article. Howard the Duck, the cult 1980s movie, is reportedly receiving a 4K Ultra HD release in celebration of Willard Huyck directed movie's upcoming 35th anniversary. I'm feeling older. Okay. Dawn of this reported the release news on Twitter, writing, coming to 4K Ultra HD in July from Universal Pictures, Howard the Duck 1986. More info, TBA, which means to be announced in case you didn't know. Okay. The account captioned the post with the movie's original poster, which shows the titular character sitting in a recliner and smoking a cigar while reading an issue of the
titular character. I think that's a great word.
Well, especially since he's looking at Play Duck. Okay. There's an issue of Play Duck. Okay. Right. Yes. Released in 1986, Howard the Duck was based on the Marvel Comics character of the same name. The film follows the alien duck's adventures on Earth after he is suddenly beamed from Duck World, a planet of intelligent ducks. Along the way, Howard saves a rock star named Beverly, Leah Thompson, from thugs and forms a friendship with her. Later, he meets Phil, played by Tim Robbins, who works at a lab with scientist Dr. Jennings, Jeffrey Jones. Things get sketchy, however, when Dr. Jennings attempts to return Howard to his world, but instead transfers an evil spirit into his body. Well, it's really an evil alien, but anyway.
Whatever.
Okay. While the film received mixed reviews at the time of its release, Howard the Duck is also known for inadvertently creating Pixar. Howard the Duck was made in part by the George Lucas-owned The Graphics Group. When the film proved to be a financial failure, Lucas decided to sell some of his assets, including the Graphics Group. The entity was then bought by Apple co-founder Steve Jobs, who renamed it Pixar.
Nice.
So there's some lesson, okay? Okay, let's talk for a minute.
What is the value of a movie like this becoming HD? Do you want to give us a graphic?
Okay, I need to explain this to you, and you're not understanding this. It already has become HD. Now they're bumping it up to 4K.
Oh,
4K is 4 times the HD. Anyway, what's the value of Howard the Duck getting released or even getting released on regular Blu-ray at all? Why do we love Howard the Duck?
Because we want to see certain scenes as clearly as possible. That's my reason for wanting.
Would you like to show what this movie's about?
Go ahead.
Some scenes from it.
Put it up. I've shared it with you. You just need to add it to the stream.
Oh, add it to the stream. Okay.
This is why we need HD. This is why.
What do we think, chat? Huh? This is a. This is.
And
this.
And if that's not enough, for you,
show another pic. Just do it.
I'll show the other one.
This is considered In 1985, when it was released, I think, or 84, it was around then. I think it was 85. This was considered a family feature. I'm not kidding you.
All I can say is, wow.
Okay, that's Leah Thompson, and I guess this is the seduction of Howard scene that gets interrupted by Tim
Actually,
Robbins.
I think it was unintentional on her part, or it was
of
meant
course
to
it
be.
was, and his feathers start sticking up on end, and I don't know what that's a euphemism for, but anyway.
Oh no, that didn't mean anything. No, let me.
All right, should I remove this now?
I need, well, it's up on my screen. I can
gone.
watch.
You can look at it all night long. We're not. This is a clean stream. That is not safe for work. Those images.
I gotta tell you, man. I got it. Well, when you cut this out and you make it its own thing, that needs to be your thumbnail, man. I tell you, this takes me back to the Future. If I was Marty McFly, I think I would have not continued to exist. I would have changed history.
But not everything about the 80s was good. And I know people are going to start yelling at me. Say, why are you picking on Howard the Duck? Because it's not a good movie. That's why I'm picking on it.
It really wasn't. Yeah,
it's an interesting bad movie. I'm going to give it credit. It's interesting.
I think when we were talking about this earlier in the week, Boomer, I said that you could take Howard the Duck, edit it down to 15 minutes of footage like this of Leah Thompson, and that's all the good stuff about the movie. You can drop the whole rest of it.
I am tolerant. Howard the Duck basically is a different movie halfway through. Now, the first half, it's about these Earth scientists or this duck. There's a duck planet, okay?
Yeah.
Howard the Duck lives on a duck planet. There are all kinds of ducks on the duck planet. There's a duck society. Instead of George Washington, they have George Mallard or whatever. I'm sure there's a duck name for him. I don't know what it is, okay? And there's Raiders of the Lost Beak, I think. Was that the title of the movie?
I don't remember.
Yeah, poster he had on this wall. There's like Play Duck. It's like everything of our world is there, but it's all duck, okay? It's all duck form, okay? And Howard the Duck is sitting on his couch, okay? And on his easy chair, and then the beam reaches out, sucks him, and sends us to Earth. Okay, sends him to Earth, not us. Well, we get sent with him because we see him go through the mythological thing was getting sent to Earth. Okay, and he ends up on Earth in 1980s Cleveland, Ohio, and everybody is awful and mean to him until he meets Leah Thompson, who's a punk rocker, and she's not so bad. Okay,
no, she's not bad at all. Not bad at all.
Actually, I'll say that she did the 80s punk rock girl look very well, okay, in that movie.
She did. Well, I don't know what look it was, but it looked great.
Anyways, so the rest of the movie is about him trying to survive on Earth in 1980s Cleveland, and he goes to the unemployment office, and the lady's saying, "I don't know what you're trying to pull with this stupid costume. You're not getting one off on me. You're not gonna get an unemployment check. I'm gonna find you a job." And he gets a job at a hot tub place, and it's like this stuff is in a kids movie, by the way, and the women.
It's worse than that. Did you know that Howard the Duck himself was played by kids? So those scenes of Leah Thompson lying next to him in bed, that was a kid. And she has talked about this and said how uncomfortable it was.
Yeah, it's weird. The whole movie is weird. Okay.
Look, if you're an actress and you're playing against, say, I don't know, Billy Barty, okay, fine, older man. I have a love scene with him. He's in a costume, whatever. It's acting. When it's a kid, that's just weird and creepy.
The whole thing weird.
Yes.
Oh no! Don't do this to me. Leah Thompson or Phoebe Cates.
Why not both? Both is good.
I don't know. Anyway, we're getting off subject here. We're trying to talk about the brilliant film that was Howard the Duck.
Not necessarily at the same time, because that would freaking kill me. Okay?
So the scientists had this beam that they would beam things from other planets with. So then they do another beam, and then one of the dark overlords of Delgon or whatever, some evil alien race, beams into the guy that played the principal in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and then he gets possessed. And then it's all about him shooting lightning out of his hand like Emperor Palpatine, and like a bad scene at a diner where like he messes up the diner, and and then the police are after Howard and they say, "What's the charge? Illegal alien." And it really goes downhill in the second half. And it's just,
as a kid, who was every bit as much a hornball as I am now. Okay, so I still appreciated Leia Thompson the first time I saw this movie. Okay, don't get me wrong, but I looked at this movie and I was like, this is what George Lucas is doing instead of making another damn Star Wars film.
I looked at that movie and I was thinking, this is the Marvel Comics character George Lucas picks out of all the myriad of Marvel Comics characters. You could have done an Incredible Hulk movie.
Well, in fairness,
there had to be another character besides Howard the Duck.
It probably was either this or Deadpool, really, and he wanted to do something a little bit lighter because let's face it, this is tongue-in-cheek, silly, and that's what he wanted to do. He didn't want to do serious superhero story.
Can I be blunt? And I'm not saying this to be mean.
No, yeah, go ahead.
He's not so good at the comedy stuff. Lucas.
No,
some of his comedy
he's
stuff
also not good at the romancy stuff.
No, I mean I like a good comedy. Get John Hughes to do the Howard the Duck movie.